Auckland, 100.6 FM.
Radio Live.
Drive with Samantha Hayes.
It is 4:24. You're in tune to Radio Live. An interesting story out today about traditional Chinese medicines. Now, DNA analysis has found that some of these medicines which are available in New Zealand contain endangered animal species, allergens, and potentially toxic ingredients. It's a new study and it was published in the Public Library of Science journal Genetics. The study analysed 15 samples of traditional Chinese medicines seized at the Australian border, identifying the species origin of ingredients in the pills and powders. Now, plants identified and analysed products included a potentially toxic stimulant plant that is banned in the US, Australia and New Zealand, and a compound associated with a significant increase in bladder cancer in Taiwan. Researchers also detected genetic material from the Asian black bear and the Saiga antelope, which are classified on the red list as vulnerable and critically endangered respectively, and are illegal to trade. Now, Professor Shaun Holt, he says that he personally would not use or recommend any traditional Chinese medicine products. Shaun joins us now. Thank you for making time to speak to us today.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thanks for asking me on.
Now, the problem with these products is that they are available here. You say they are becoming increasingly popular, but they are toxic. How unsafe are they?
Yeah, some products are toxic, some aren't, and the problem is we just don't know. Now, this is going to change because we have the Natural Products Regulation Bill going through Parliament at the moment, and this is one of the issues that's going to be addressed. So it will be addressed, but at the moment, we just don't know. It's a case of almost playing Russian roulette with your health when you get Chinese herbal products. Some are probably safe, some may be effective, but some of them, as this study shows, may be full of all sorts of things you don't even know are in there.
What are some of the adverse reactions that people can have? And of course, what we also don't know is if they're on other medications and how they might react with those.
That's right. So if you don't know what's in there, you don't know if it's going to interact with your medications. So in this study, what they looked at, was DNA. So they looked at what was the animal or plant origin of some of the things in there. And they found that on the whole, it made, there was no correlation at all, really, with what was said on the label. So you just don't know what you're taking. The other thing, of course, is that, not in this case, but other cases have found that some of these products actually contain pharmaceuticals. A famous example just a year or two ago with asthma. A great product for asthma. People did really well, but then they got symptoms of steroid toxicity. So sometimes it's actually pharmaceuticals as well.
And another example I saw here of one for erectile dysfunction. It was a Chinese traditional medicine, supposedly, but it was found to be straight pharmaceutical Viagra.
That's all it was. So, he said it was a Chinese herbal medicine, but it was Viagra. And, if you're taking it, you need to know because, it's not safe for some people. So this is a problem. And, things are improving and, good quality assurance is being introduced into China. But at the moment, it's a real Wild West. And in time, I'm sure we'll find some good, safe products coming out of there, but at the moment it's a bit of a risk.
Given that traces of endangered species like the black bear were found in some of these products, do you think that they are being deliberately mislabelled?
Perhaps, and it's hard to know the intentions sometimes when you get a product that is mislabelled. So for the pharmaceutical examples I talked about, there's no doubt that is a deliberate scam. They're putting pharmaceuticals in there that we know work, pretending it's Chinese herbal medicine, and of course it seems to be working. And let's not forget, of course, the huge scandal with Fonterra and their milk a couple of years ago with the melamine in there. That was just stray milk, and even that became contaminated and people were killed. So yeah, we do have some deliberate scammers out there for sure, and also probably a lot of innocent people who don't really know what's in the herbs, and they've been mixing herbs, because often there's dozens of herbs in there, and there may be traces of all sorts of things. So a combination of some unscrupulous people and maybe some people who don't know quite what they're doing.
Shaun, we're almost out of time, but can you just give us an idea of how big this industry is in New Zealand and whether or not you think there should be some kind of blanket ban on these products, or whether we need to single out the ones that are more dangerous than the others?
Yeah, I'm not keen on blanket bans. I think people just have their eyes open. I personally won't take them myself. If people want to, especially Chinese people who have a trusted Chinese practitioner who gets them their products, I don't want to interfere with that. In the future, people will have more assurance when we have the Natural Health Regulations Bill. But at the moment, I'd just say, be very, very careful.
Which you are, I believe, a member on the Interim Expert Committee for the Natural Health Products Regulation Bill. Thank you so much, Professor.